Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando with the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Carolina Panthers and our home team. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Ready, blue ready. Check, check, come on. Sunday. Check. Check, hop, hop, hop. Check. Check.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Check 24. Check 24. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. 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 Twist.
Here's Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Hey, 5 on 50. 5 on 50. Mike is 50. Easy. Come on.
Winston now. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now on 2nd and 13. Newton. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ndamukong Suh able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He was covered by Dante.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Wait. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Flip. Easy.
Jameis to throw it. And this is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Mike's 59. Easy. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Winston. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Check, come on. Hey, let's get it for broken. I can't believe they even let you play. Let's go.
Jameis now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
54's Mike. Check. Easy. Hey, come on, let's go.
After the sack on 1st down, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. On 1st and 10, Winston. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take 1 guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. He's got Evans. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch there for Evans, good enough for a 1st down. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
Newton now to throw. Evans has it left side. Touchdown, Carolina. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now this throw caught left side. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out.
Ready. Blue ready. 5-0. Check nickel. Easy. Let's go.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Winston. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
180. 53, Mike. Let's go one more.
On the delay, Jones. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 5. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ready. 180. 53 is the mark. Pick it up. Gun.
Out of the gun, Newton. His pass caught with the 4. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Buccaneers' 23-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
20. Let's get there. Watch the switch. Put it to him, check, follow. Put it to him, check, follow. Hey, Mike 20.
Newton to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Flip. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You can't block me. You can't block all.
Throwing, Winston. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Ready? 80. Get that ball. 8. 25.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On first down, Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and which you also have to guard.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
54, Mike.
Now Winston. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Great. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Oh, yeah. 20. Here we go again.
Here's Newton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Great.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. Yes, and he's not. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Right there. Easy.
To throw, Winston. And that will be incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on fourth down.
Ready. Flag 22. White. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. We got to get this. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. I'm coming.
They're indeed going. It's Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season.
And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. So we've reached halftime here, and there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 33 yards that time.
Panthers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
50.
What is it? 180?
Yeah, Mike.
Gun.
Double dog. That's the way. Hey, check.
Hey!
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
What is it?
From the 50, Newton. Airing this one out. This is caught inside the 15. That one good for 37 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Check 37.
Gun. Hey! Off. What is it?
From the red zone now, Newton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Stop your whining. Pick the edge. Come.
This is Jones. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, it's Jones. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Let's go, baby.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the gun, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 2nd down, Winston again. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
I'm darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike's 59. Easy. Hey, keep it up.
They'll throw again. Winston. That's caught out left by Perriman. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To the air again with Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 2nd and 7, Newton looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. Mike Evans, he's going to go. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 81 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. Dixon running from the shotgun. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the Bucs 13-yard line.
188, 8. We ain't giving up nothing today.
He's crashing. He's checking crap.
20.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton, left side completion to Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Step. 28.
Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Running out of the gun with Dixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Kenneth Dixon. His first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Gano the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K1 Short picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. That one good for 26 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, let's go.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Hey.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
59. Delta.
Operating from the gun. Fitzgerald. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 of enemy territory. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Welcome back now here in London. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hey, Haywood!
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Hey!
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Hey, we got to get...
Hey! High 7.
5'9". Mike 5'9".
On first down, Fitzgerald looking for Perriman there. He's got him. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Hey, Charlie!
Mike, check. 59.
Go!
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike's
Bravo!
Mike's 59. I got you, son. I got you, son. Check 59. Mike is...
Throwing on first down, Fitzgerald. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Ready!
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Spud!
59.
Look at me! Zipper!
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Mike, check. 59.
Hey, exit!
Push him back. Mike's 59. Danny.
Deep rim!
Throwing again. Fitzgerald. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Go now! 60 or.
59. Mike to 59. Go.
Leo!
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Hey, Jack, get it!
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
Mike 5'9". Hey, D-line, let's get it.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Watch out, watch out.
Great, great, great.
The Panthers going for it on fourth. Newton completes it to Samuel. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive? They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship.
Exercise those fingers. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. There's Newton. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. But the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now Newton on third and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it second and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Second and 6 at the 21-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Express.
Throwing here, Newton. Over the middle to Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter.
First and 10.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Off play action. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Ringo.
They'll run it with Dixon. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Does the big boy have the juice? Past the 20.
Whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
Mike. Hey, Orbit. 59.
Following the fumble recovery, Fitzgerald. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Yeah. Ready?
Here's 2nd and 8. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, but now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal.
Check. 59. Hey, time.
Like,
Mike's 59. Bandit.
go.
On 4th down, Fitzgerald. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 10-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Go.
Shoot the ball. Max Mike.
Newton's going to throw it. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Greg.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And it's an offensive